now tuning in to Knockout Boxing. This is one of the first episodes with my co-host and my brother in boxing, Lilo's Boxing. Please comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy the video.
Yo, what is up, my peoples? What's going on? It's Rex Righteous and Lilo's Boxing right here.
Yee.
We're doing a new show right here. It's gonna be called Knockout Talk. We're gonna be covering boxing news. And how you feeling today, Lilos? How you feeling?
Feeling the good, man. Just came back from Vegas, crazy atmosphere. Um, I'm ready to talk boxing, brother.
All right, so let's get straight to it. How do you feel Ryan did this Saturday? Because I thought he was good. Did you want to see the knockout? How did you feel about it?
Man, first and foremost, hell of a fight. Ryan Garcia looked sharp. Um, he did his damn thing, man. This Ryan, focused, ready. He was locked in, and you could tell, his father did an excellent job too at the corner.
Facts.
Especially, I believe that was his first time, at a championship level fight. So I was pretty impressed
Great
by the
point.
father, giving great instructions to Ryan. But yeah, I thought Ryan was gonna go for the knockout. Unfortunately, he didn't. But I mean, the speed was there, the power was there, the right hand, because people always said left hook this, left hook that, but he dropped Mario Barrios with a right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you that Ryan, got power in both hands. So, Ryan, did his damn thing, and he's on top of the world. I'm
You feel like
impressed
the
because
haters?
yeah, for sure, man. He quiet the haters, and there's a lot of big matches for Ryan now. So that's that's
Right.
that's what I want to see now.
Well, he basically had a shutout. I mean, I don't think
That
Barrios won one round. And then another thing was people were thinking that it would be a closer fight, but after like we all like found out like what was going on with Mario Barrios, it's like, did he really deserve to have this championship belt, or was this just like one of those things where it's just Ryan's just better than him?
uh, it could go a little bit of both ways, man. I can see it both ways. I feel like he, kept the belt hostage for a while.
Yeah, with that
I
Pacquiao brawl.
Yeah, and then the Abel Ramos draw right before that Pacquiao. Me personally, I thought he lost both fights, Pacquiao and
Yeah.
Abel Ramos.
Hmm.
And
I thought he was coming back on Pacquiao, but I still thought he lost.
yeah, same here. I had him losing. Apparently, politics got in the way, and fortunately, it was a draw. But uh, we could say Ryan was just better than him that night, and he proved it. It was a one-way streak, and Ryan dominated from the first bell. He came out blazing hot, dropped him in 23 seconds, and then after that, displayed a great jab, because usually Ryan don't really use the jab. So I was impressed that he was finally using his jab, setting up the shots, and just not depending on that left hook, actually using his right hand. So um, I like what I saw from Ryan.
Same here. I want to see more from Ryan. I think he's an exciting fighter. I hope that he can still kind of like get away from that loss that he had versus Rolly. That loss with versus Rolly. Maybe they can do a rematch in the future or something like that, because that didn't look like the typical Ryan. But that's the Ryan that everybody wants to see, an exciting fighter, someone that's animated, someone that knows what he's doing, but also, you know, backs up what he says. You feel me? Like he was really like showing that he wanted to fight that night, and he brought it, man. He showed that he's the new version of Ryan. Like this is a new Ryan, hopefully.
Yeah, facts, man. He showed it, improved it, and I believe that Ryan that we seen would give Rollies a hell of a fight, and will
Definitely.
not just come just to because that Ryan that fought Rolly wasn't Ryan. Ryan was more on the back foot, not really letting his hands go. He was just off. But
You
Rolly
could
said
say that
that,
Rolly had a good fight, but the thing is that's still not Ryan. Like Ryan would have still stepped up.
yeah, yeah, true. Ryan, this Ryan will give Rolly a lot of problems.
Yeah.
The Ryan that we seen fought Rolly wasn't the Ryan we seen that just got this world title.
Close.
And that'll be an exciting rematch. There's also another rematch that everybody want to see. It's against Devin Haney. And
Okay, so you want to talk about that one? You want to talk
yeah,
about that subject?
yeah, we can, man. Shit, Devin Haney, he wants that rematch. If he said he can't get that rematch, there you go. He says he want to fight Xander Zayas, and that's another good fight. What do you think?
154, I think, is a little too heavy for Haney, but it seems like he would try to like set it up, kind of like how Crawford was climbing his way up to fight Canelo. So I don't think that he would fight Xander Zayas right away. But I think right now, obviously, it looks like it's a little too fast for that to happen. So I think realistically speaking, that would probably happen in a year. You know what I'm saying? And then Xander is like a knockout artist, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he's pretty good. Yeah, he got skills too to pay the bills.
so I don't know about doing that right now, but let's see, man, because we also have Shakur that's, out there, chiming in and talking and stuff like that. And I think that would be, I'm not saying the desire Xander Ryan fight would be, I mean, Xander and Devin Haney fight would be not that much money, but Haney versus any of those guys like Shakur or Ryan, that's more money, bro.
Yeah, it's more of a draw. More, people would want to see that fight instead of going up fighting Xander. There's money to be made still at 147 with Devin Haney.
Yeah.
That rematch always gonna that rematch. It's gonna make money no matter what because of the first fight and how it ended and then the controversy. So everybody want to see how Ryan would perform without PEDs, and if this Ryan that showed up against Mario Barrios, could he do the same thing again without the PEDs to Devin Haney? We don't know. That's why people would want to see that rematch. There's a lot of hype between that, especially Bill Haney's father or Bill Haney. He's a like I want to say he's like a promoter, bro. He knows how to promote the fight. He knows how to sell it, and it'll be huge just because the way he promotes fights and the way he talks about his son and you know the history they have, the amateurs all the way to the pros. And so yeah, but there's a fight that I do want to see Devin Haney fight, and that's Keyshawn Davis. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people
Hmm.
A lot of people are calling Devin Haney Debo Dev from Friday. I don't know if you know who Debo.
Of course, we all know.
Okay, yeah.
Debo.
So they gave him that nickname Debo Dev. So I don't know if you've seen that. Keyshawn, he pulled up to Debo's Craig's old
I
house and
did see
shit.
that. Yeah.
And he's promoting the fight, man, and he's doing it the right way. He was like, man, where Debo at, man? I'm tell Debo Dev that I'm looking for him. He like, I got the bricks right here. So he's promoting that fight, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Keyshawn, man. And Keyshawn, man, Keyshawn's a hell of a fighter, man. And I think
I
those
like.
two fights will, make sense and make dollars. So yeah.
I agree. I really like Keyshawn. I feel like he's. I wouldn't say that he's like um Terrence 2.0, but
No,
I
no,
kind of
no,
feel,
say it, because I agree with you 100%. I believe
bro.
he is a Terrence 2.0, man. Like
Yeah, the black
he's there with
gloves,
him.
black trunks, the
Yeah,
black sneakers.
yeah. Not only that, man, like the way he fights, and he got that dog in him, man. If he want to fight, he'll fight you. If he want to box, he'll box you. He could do either or, man. So you're right, man. We're gonna call it Terrence Crawford 2.0 because that's what I've been seeing in him since he was, at 135 and shit. I seen he could box, and I see when he want to knock out somebody, he's gonna get that knockout. So he got that dog in him, and that's what Terrence Crawford could do. He could box, or if he gets you hurt, he's gonna take you out of there. Same shit with Keyshawn. So
Yeah, it's a serious contender. Keyshawn is serious, bro. And another thing, it's like like it's like Kobe and Jordan, you know, like Kobe, like, you know, trying to mimic Jordan. That's how I see Keyshawn. You feel me? And
Yeah,
I saw you calling out Keyshawn for not wanting to fight Shakur Stevenson. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I think that that's a legit argument, bro. Like they should fight at some point down the line, but
yeah,
they're friends, so I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
yeah, man. I've been asking, fighters, bro. When I was at this, fight week, I asked trainers, I asked fighters, I asked Oscar De La Hoya. I was like, hey, somebody asked Oscar, hey, what do you think about brotherhood in boxing? He was like, ain't no brotherhood in boxing, man. You like he was like, you got into sport to see if you're the best, man. All that brotherhood is out the window.
You asked
We have,
Oscar that?
yeah, and then
That's
we
crazy because didn't Oscar fight Shane Mosley and they were good friends?
exactly, man. And then we
Yeah.
have some other trainers and fighters, and they really didn't say, there's only one fighter or two, which Hitchins and Gary Antoine Russell, they kind of agreed on the, why brotherhood and stuff. But the majority of people that I asked, they're like, nah, there's no brotherhood in boxing. If he's your brother, you're gonna make money with your brother. You're gonna break bread with your brother. You're gonna fight and get that money, and then you guys gonna, still be, fam at the end of the day, but you're just getting a check. They're like, you fight with your brothers for free. Why not grab a check and see, who's the best? So
I agree with that, and I would want to see that fight. That's another reason why I brought it up because I'm like, I want to see that fight. You know, they kind of have like a styles that would work great against each other when it comes to entertainment. So
correct.
like, why not? You know, but you know these guys are friends, so it is what it is. We can't do much about it but talk. But maybe one day these guys will clash because Keyshawn's looking to fight Devin Haney. So
Yeah, and okay, I do look. The only thing about brotherhood is if that's really your brother, I get it. Like Jermel and Jamal Charlo,
that's
Vitali
a
and
fact.
Vladimir Klitschko. I get it. Those are blood brothers. Those are
Or
like,
Deontay Wilder's brother, because I think he had a
correct.
brother fight with.
Marshawn or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I get it. That's when it's justified. But if he ain't your blood brother and he just a brother that you call brother, man, break bread with him. See who's the best. Get your checks, and it is what it is, man.
boxing
You live
at the
to
end
fight
of the
another
day.
day.
Yeah, y'all gonna like be cool after that. I mean, y'all gonna get your money too.
For
But we
real,
gotta
I'll
see
get
that fight.
multi-millions, and at the end of
Yeah,
the day, man, go to the bar, man. Hell of a fight, man.
beast it up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Did anybody? Because you were at the event. Let's talk about the event a little bit too. Did
yeah,
anybody get mad at Hitchins not being able to fight because that seemed like that was gonna be a pretty good fight too on the card.
bro. Everybody was mad, man. There's no bro. Like I'm upset, man, that he pulls out the fight the day of the fight after the second weigh-in. Like he already made weight. Cool. He's ready to go. He already beat the first, challenge. He beat the second because the IBF got the mandatory 10-pound rules. He can't gain over 10 pounds. And
Right.
then when it comes to you're about to fight, you put no, man. A lot of people were upset. They were calling him out. They were calling him all kinds of names when I was there. Fighters. Oscar De La Hoya was upset about it. Duarte, the fighter he was supposed to fight, was up. Robert Garcia. A lot of people are saying that he chickened out, that he didn't want that smoke. And that's what it looks like, man. Because if you made weight already, there's no excuse. Even Tim Bradley, I was watching his YouTube channel, and
He
he
called
got
it
on
out.
his yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that he got called out because Hitchins, man, for the most part, he does bring it. Like he doesn't take a round off like that. So it kind of shocked me too, because I'm from New York and I've seen him fight, and I think he likes to fight a lot. You know what I'm saying? But that was weird for me. And then to see that back to back in two separate events, because last event I think Carlos Adames got out of his fight because he was sick. Now he has another fight scheduled in March, which makes sense.
Correct.
But to see that back to back and then for him to do that in such little time, that was weird, bro. That was
Yeah.
kind of strange.
I seen Regis Progress. He was talking about it. He was like his manager was there. You know, he was kind of smart. I think he's trying to get him signed with Zuffa Boxing, allegedly.
Hitchens
Uh,
or Regis?
Hitchins.
He's trying to
Regis.
get with
No, Regis was saying that Hitchins' manager didn't want Hitchins to fight because he's probably want him to get signed with Zuffa. That's what Regis Progress said.
That's breaking
And
news right here.
and then he was like, he was like, if that's not the case, he's a he the bitch NIGGA. That's what he said. Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm like, yeah. He said
No,
it's
but
one
they
of
are
the
handing out bags though. They are
yeah, they
handing out
are
bags.
100%, man. Man, a lot of
15
people are
million.
signing.
Connor Ben just signed 15 million. I think that's a lot. And then on top of that, the reason why it's a lot to me is that it's just for one fight.
That's
He just
crazy.
got paid 15 million, and
That's
then we don't even know the opponent. And
it could be a scrub or somebody.
yeah, it
Yes,
could be whoever, and
that's
gonna get
true, man. That's crazy, man. I know Andy Reese got signed with him too,
yes,
with
sir.
Zuffa Boxing. And they got a couple names. They got good prospects, good contenders. They're building the roster. Even from fighters that I wouldn't say they're washed, but they are. They got a couple defeats, but they still a household name. So Zuffa is doing the damn thing, but I just don't agree with how they run things, how they make fighters. Um, yeah, I just that's crazy, huh? Right there, Ben to Zuffa. Feel like
Yeah,
AI following's real, yeah.
from the UFC are a little bit upset right now.
Oh
So
yeah, that Sean Malley or O'Malley or whatever his name is, guy with the rainbow head. O'Malley, yeah, he's pretty pissed off because UFC fighters ain't making that kind of money that Ben just signed.
correct.
And
Well,
they're upset. They're making at least like 500, 300,000. Conor Ben's about to make 15 M's one fight.
yeah, and these guys, I'm not saying that boxers don't sacrifice their body, but they don't sacrifice their body to the degree of UFC fighters. Um, I wouldn't say that UFC fighters don't deserve the money, but something is going on with the promotion and the way that they're being managed compared to boxers. So this is a good conversation to start for UFC fans and all of them because look, Conor Ben just got 15 M's and we don't even know who his opponent is. That would never happen in the UFC.
Never, man. I don't even think their top guy, their number one guy, is making that much money, bro, at UFC. Who is their number one guy? John Jones? I don't even think John Jones is making that kind of money, bro.
No, he's not.
I think he's making probably 5 to 8 mil, if I'm not mistaken, but I know he's not making that kind of money, man.
And
That is
5
crazy.
million is like a clear, like distinctive change from all the other guys. Like he's like way up there, and 5 to 8 million is like something that happens normally for some of these boxers. That's like a C level fighter, B level fighter, making that kind of money. They could make $5 to $8 million easy, bro. Some of these guys that have like a couple of losses and stuff can make 5 to 8 million. But we also have a big fight that's been signed recently. What do you think about the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao news? I want to hear what you have to say about this because this is so crazy.
Allegedly, Floyd is going broke and he needs the money, man. I think that's the reason why he's coming out of retirement and he's gonna put his O back on the line. I mean, the reason why I think and many others think that he's going broke is because he filed a lawsuit against Showtime and Steven Espinoza, and it was for like 300, yeah,
That's
300,
money.
yeah, 320 million or 340 million that the lawsuit was filed for.
appropriation and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm like,
What-
damn. So it looks like he, I don't know. I think he's in some financial, trouble. The way he's
Mhm.
living is, lavish. He's his nickname says it all. Money. He's all about the money, and I think he's been wasting too much money. Traveling, living that lifestyle, having 10 and 15 houses, 30 cars, private jets, and all that. All that shit
And then the
costs
team, you got to
money.
pay his team. You got to pay
Pay
the
the
security.
30 24/7. So
He's paying
but
people to take care of his watches and stuff, his
correct.
cars.
It's crazy, bro. So about the fight, it's a little too late. Am I gonna watch it? Fuck it. I mean, yeah,
It's on
why
Netflix.
not? Yeah, it's free Netflix. Just it's gonna be like two grandpa fighting. Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather. They still,
50.
yeah, they're damn near there. They're pushing 50. I'm not amped up about it. But if Mayweather was fighting somebody else, there's names that could, actually, get the attention of the media, of the fans, and it ain't Pacquiao. I'm gonna say it right now. It's not Pacquiao. Pacquiao's a legend, 8 division world champion. I give him all that, salute. But off the first fight, real fans, we don't really care about it too much.
That close. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's what
really
I'm saying.
Rematch like that.
It wasn't really entertaining or anything like that. So, why do a part 2 pushing almost 50? If Floyd really
The only
want to,
reason I could see it is because Pacquiao's fan base just never goes away.
correct, true. He got the whole Philippines behind him. He even got, some Latinos. Pacquiao is known for, beating up the Mexicans and all that. So, he got some Mexicans behind him. And then his styles, fan friendly, people love, the action,
But
and
he's not gonna knock him out. Do you think he? See, that's the problem I have when it's a fight that we don't see a knockout happening. Like, why are we gonna watch this?
correct. But look, like I was saying, there's some fighters that would make sense to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Who's one of those fighters? Let's name at least 3 right now for the welterweight division.
Terrence Crawford. I know he's not welterweight, but
number one. That's the number one person you want to see.
And then
Canelo?
Nah, I wouldn't want to see that. I'll probably go Ryan Garcia, bro. Just because
I think that's a better fight than Canelo because Canelo's heavier now.
Yeah, and he got a fan base, and he just became champion. And imagine Floyd beats a young, hungry champion at age 50. That's adds on to his legacy too. And Garcia's a draw, or not.
We need Lelos as a promoter, man. That's a great pick.
Yeah, or not. Gervonta Tank Davis. That would be another great fight. So I think those 3 names will make sense for Floyd Mayweather, and people will actually would want to watch them fights. Like, I'm not really too intrigued about Pacquiao. Would I watch it? Yes, it's a boxing match.
Right.
Am I happy about it? Not really. But something that will get me happy and going. Fight Terrence Crawford. Fight, Gervonta or Ryan Garcia.
I like the Tank idea because Tank was about to fight Jake Paul, bro.
Correct.
So if you can fight Jake Paul, you can fight Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's beef in that fight. They don't get along. They've been taking shots for the last couple of years at one another. So why not get in the ring and handle it there?
That's old beef. I don't know why they still beefing, but it is what it is. They got to get it over with. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So why not just get it in the ring, get it over with? And then with Ryan Garcia, he's a superstar now. He got his WBC. He looked phenomenal. He looked sensational. And, if Floyd takes a young, hungry lion, like he likes to call it, and, he's Mexican, he sells tickets. People love to watch him fight. And it makes sense, in the entertainment side. So, I mean, those 3 fights will sell and will give Floyd the money, the check that he's looking for.
Well,
So
let's
yeah,
see what happens. I do know that the Manny Pacquiao versus Ruslan Provodnikov fight was announced as well. So it
correct.
seems like that fight still might happen before this fight. But I think that fight might be in question. I'm not sure because I haven't heard anything from Provodnikov in years, to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him since like Tim Bradley. That's the only fight
Right.
that I remember of Pervanikov. But this is it's going to be an exhibition match between him and Pacquiao. It's not really a real fight, so it's
Okay.
just an
Like a warm up.
exhibition. Yeah, it's a warm up exhibition, and then I'm hearing Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson exhibition as well. So they're gonna both gonna get a cool little warm up before they jump in the ring in
Okay.
September.
That's
But
crazy. We saying Mike Tyson's a warm up.
yeah, but yeah,
Damn near 50, bro.
yeah. So we'll see, man. Yeah, man. I'm not really too happy about it, but they're from my era that I grew up watching. The legends. So why not? I'll watch it at the end of the day, and I'll probably be there. And it's boxing at the end of the day. So
Yeah, and
it
it's
is
gonna
what
be
it
at
is.
the Sphere, so that should be interesting. I think it should be entertaining.
Correct.
What do you think of the upcoming fight of Keith Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora? I think that's a good one. What do you think about that?
Man, bro, that's a great fight, man. We got an old veteran. I really want to say old, but he is a veteran now. Keith one time Thurman. He only got one defeat, I believe, and that's to Manny Pacquiao. But he bounced back already. He got a Australia. He went to Australia, got a knockout, and now he's fighting for the world title against Fundora. Fundora is a hell of a fighter, man. Dude comes to fight. He's tall as fuck, lanky,
Yeah,
got
like the
that
women's
read.
boxing.
Yeah, man. So I'm like, damn. So Keith Thurman, is smart, man. He's quick still, and he's explosive. And Fundora been knocked out already once by Mendoza. And if Keith Thurman, catches him, he could put him out too. But he gotta, work the inside, break down the body in order for him to do something like that. But Fundora is in his prime. He's getting better and better each fight now. And he just made easy work from Tim Zoo not too long ago. So this is a great fight, man. A veteran versus a prime fighter. And we're gonna see if Keith Thurman still got it or if it's this just a Fundora era. So
Let's see. Let's see. It should be close. It should be a decent, like I shouldn't even say decent. It should be really close, like a close fight. I think there should be like a knockout or a knockdown happening in this fight. And it's at
correct.
the super welterweight division. So it's gonna be a little bit different from what we've been seeing lately. This fight was originally supposed to happen in October, and now we're gonna see it in March. So it should keep the spring, popping for whatever's coming next after that. Um, I see that it's gonna be on Amazon.
Yeah.
Be able to watch it on Amazon, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be a really good fight, but I want to see more from Thurman. I hope that this doesn't slow him down, because I feel like Fundora might be the favorite in this fight, bro. Um, but
Yeah.
who do you think is gonna be the favorite in this fight?
I think Fedora for sure he will be the favorite. The odds will
Yeah,
favor him just because he is in his prime. He is younger, you know, and the way he's been performing lately. But if I had to put my money, I think I'm rocking with Keith Thurman. I think he got the
Keith
experience.
is a good pick.
Yeah, he got the experience. He's explosive and he got great ring IQ. And I believe he's gonna figure out, how to chop down Fundora and probably get a knockout in the late rounds. So
That's
that's
what I'm
that's my
expecting.
prediction. But we'll see,
Well,
man. What do you think about that fight?
like I said, I think it's gonna be close. I think Thurman needs to be careful because that range, man, it's hard to train for somebody like that, like Fundora. He's
I
just got a lot
agree.
of energy. He doesn't take a round off. Um, I'm not gonna say he lacks power, but he's more of a skilled guy in my opinion, Fundora. So it's not that he's not looking for the knockout. It's just that he's always accumulating those points and stuff like that. So that's where Keith gotta, be careful because the way Fundora fights, it feels like if I was in there with somebody taller than me, it just feel like that would be super annoying, and I
Correct.
would just try and knock him out. But Thurman, man, he got the power, bro. So I could see it at the end of the fight. Like, you know what? I just want to get this guy out of here. Maybe in the 6th, 7th, 8th round, somewhere around there, or even around the 10th. You know, Thurman has to find a way to get him out of there. But also, Thurman has to use the whole ring. So as
Facts.
long as he's using the whole ring, he could still have energy to finish the fight in clear fashion instead of having a rock'em sock'em type of fight with Fundora. Because I feel like those are the fights that you could easily lose to Fundora with them
Oh
rock'em
yeah,
sock'em.
100%. I agree with that, bro. He better not do that rock and sock him because Fundora, man, once he started letting them hands go, them uppercuts start coming in from the inside and them hooks. And
That's
yeah,
what
he
he
did.
like. That's his style, bro.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
he
he
like
got to
that.
stay away from all that.
Yeah, man.
Um,
You gotta stay
yeah,
away
yeah,
from
I
that.
think like you said, he got to use the ring in the early rounds, and then start picking it up, invest in the body, you know, take his time,
Power
and
shots.
hopefully, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, that's how I see that fight going.
All right. So since we covered most of the things that is going on right now in boxing, we didn't go into too much of the Clarissa Shields fights. I don't know if you want to cover that. I don't know how you feel about that one. Um,
Uh, that's it's Clarissa Shields. I mean, there's really no competition out there for her. Um, so I mean, she did what she's supposed to do. She already beat this girl up once, Franchar Cruz, which she's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but Clarissa is just a level above her, and it showed this past weekend. And can't really give her too much credit to Clarissa because she already did this already once. So this fight was like whatever. Uh, to match up Clarissa with somebody in her, caliber, I'll say Shadesha Green. Maybe that's a fight that I would like to watch Clarissa fight next.
okay.
Um, so we'll see, man. But other than that, um, yeah,
It wasn't that impressive because
nah,
you
not
had
really. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about it. She did what she was supposed to do. She did it the first time already, and she just did it for the second time. So
yeah, she went viral a little bit because of her husband and whatnot and all that controversy that was going on at the weigh-in and all that. And
correct.
I think that part did make people want to watch the fight. And Clarissa, she's been like this for a while though. Like she's been dominating for a while. So I wasn't shocked. I do like the fact that, she was trying out MMA. I think she should try that again. She was pretty good at MMA. Um, but what's the name of the boxer that you mentioned again?
Shadesha Green.
All right. If that fight can happen, they really gotta like make it like one of those things where she's on her way out because she's dominating. Like Clarissa, like she's always dominating. So she can't fight a man because that's gonna put her into like a whole different league where she has to keep fighting men, professional men.
Yeah, I don't think she should do that. She already got knocked out in sparring by a man, so I don't think
Yeah,
she
I
should.
heard about that too.
Yeah,
That's
she
pretty
got
serious right there.
yeah, she got mad at me because I posted on my Instagram and shit the knockdown, and
Oh
she wrote
God.
me, DN me, and yeah, it was funny, bro.
Clarissa's the homegirl though, man. I've interviewed her before. She's the homegirl. We do this for fun, but at the end of the day, we know that they sacrifice in the ring, and we know that this is not like a game. It is what it is. We got to post the news, right?
Facts, man. Shout out to Clarissa, man. Hopefully we could be cool one of these days, man.
Shout out to Clarissa. So, did you want to cover anything else? I mean, we did see Oscar De La Hoya talking about the Virgil Ortiz legal battle. Did you want to comment on that at all?
Yeah, we could comment. From what I know, when I was talking to Oscar this past weekend, he believed that he's still in the right, that Virgil is still under a contract, and until then, he's gonna do what is best for Golden Boy and Virgil, the fighter. But he's saying that the manager is getting involved, which I know the manager Rick. Rick's a hell of a manager, man. Don't get me wrong, man. I think he's one of the best in the business, man. And what he does for his fighters is phenomenal, man. He brings in sponsorships from all over, gets him the most money, but I don't know what happened with him and Deloya, how they fell off, man, because Deloya is a hell of a promoter and Rick Meridian is a hell of a fucking manager. So, hopefully they can get, settle anything that needs to be settled. So, we can get this fight, Virgil versus Boots, because that's the fight that everybody want to see at 154. Even though these two fighters don't have belts and are not champions in the division, this is the fight that everybody want to see, because in everybody's eyes, this is number one versus number two. And, I'm pretty sure it'll be for the lineal champion. So, this is the fight that everybody wanted to see at 154.
And this would be with Ryder, right? This would be with Ring.
Yeah, Ring
platform.
Yep. So this is the main fight that the whole world want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a close fight too. Obviously, Ennis has a little bit more experience, but it's not by that much. You know what I'm saying? And that legal battle. I don't know. I feel like in the past, when it came to like those kind of legal battles, they can go under the rug. They can go like quick and fast, and the fight can still be made while that battle is happening, because obviously they have lawyers for this, and people just get paid and then they move on. But I guess this happened out of nowhere for Oscar. That's what he's saying. So if that's the case, they got to just take care of it, and hopefully we can see who's the king at 154, because that division right now is kind of like for the taking. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that division. I mean, the winner of this fight will be the king without the belt, pretty much.
Right.
But that division is still hot, though. There's a lot of great fighters: Fundora, Xander Zayas, Josh Kelly, Twin Charlo Jamel. He's still coming back, and that's his division before he left. You feel me? So. He was the man at that division. He was undisputed. So there's a lot of great fighters, a lot of great talent at 154, but this is the biggest fight at 154. Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots Ennis, and that's the fight that the fans want to see.
Yeah, because I don't think we've had a fighter like Boots in the 54th division I know in a while. We haven't seen somebody just step up and get into that division, and he's already like recognized and kind of feared low key, because Ennis is, he doesn't play any games. He knocks out people in 2 rounds and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, some people are kind of avoiding this man, but Ortiz got like a political thing going on. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that one. You know what I mean? There is quite a bit of fighters in that division, but I still feel like whoever wins that fight would be the king of that division, because it looks like everything's kind of like vacant. Like you got Xander here, with the WBO championship, but I feel like only true boxing heads really know who Xander is. People are starting to get to know him because of his connection to Bad Bunny and the Puerto Rican connection and whatnot.
Correct.
Which is popular. We're not gonna act like that ain't like popular. That is very popular. But if he wants to be known, like let's say for example like Ryan Garcia or Canelo, or he's gonna have to continue to step it up.
That's true, bro. That's true.
Who would you want to see Xander fight next?
Man, the winner of Fundora or Josh Kelly. the winner of Fundora and
Yeah.
Thurman or Josh Kelly. Why not unify, and get closer to become undisputed? So that's who I would like to see Xander fight, either the winner of Fundora and Thurman or Josh Kelly, because he's the IBF world champion at 54.
I think Xander versus Fundora would be a classic in the making, to be honest. If that fight were to happen, because we all know that if he fought Keith, that would be the Keith could make that boring, bro. Keith could make that
Correct.
boring. You know what I mean? But that's a good fight too. Still, that would still be a good fight. So
Or
I don't know.
Virgil versus Zayas. That'll be a good one too. Mexico versus
That would
Puerto
be.
Rico.
I think
That'll
that
be
would
huge.
almost be better because again, Fundora is crazy. Like that fight. Anybody fighting Fundora is crazy, bro.
Facts,
That
bro. Facts.
that's gonna be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Um, but let's see what happens because the whole Ennis and Ortiz thing is still in the works, so it still can happen. Um, but yeah, did you want to comment on anything else? We got
Yeah, man. I could comment on this new fighter that just signed with Golden Boy. Salute to my little bro, my little big bro, should I say, Dylan Capatillo La Amenaza. I remember, man, I went to Mexico, I say over 5 years ago. I believe he was like 12 years old fighting in Mexico. He won his second WBC amateur belt there. The first 12 seconds he came out, bang, 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 hit him with the left hook, and put the kid down. And now I remember, man, he was like short. And now recently he just hit his growth spurt the last 2 years. Now I'm over here looking above and looking up at him. So now he's a little big bro. But he's making his pro debut at 17 years old, March 14th in Anaheim, man. So y'all better be on the lookout, man. Dylan La Amenaza Capatillo is the future of boxing. I'm saying it now. I'm telling you,
and
he's
what
going to
the
take over the game.
guy fighting at? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who he was, and then all of a sudden I see him like with a suit on, with hella WBC championship belts. What division is he fighting at?
He'll be fighting at 140. So
Oh, okay.
hey, the kid got talent, and I can't wait till he show the whole world March 14th on his pro debut. And he signed with Golden Boy. And one thing about Golden Boy that we know is they make stars. They make superstars. They
Big
made
fact.
Virgil Ortiz. They made Canelo. They made Ryan Garcia. And now they're going to make Dylan Capatillo La Amenaza, man. So make sure, man, get your popcorn ready because this kid comes to fight and his style is, action packed.
Entertaining.
So
Let's get it. I want to
yeah,
see that.
very entertaining. So
How that works out with Oscar and Golden Boy. I know that they're gonna do well. I see my guy with the mustache and no beard. That's he's rocking my style right now. You feel me? He's doing the old school Hispanic style. You know what I mean? So I'm a
facts, man.
supporter, definitely a supporter.
Yeah,
And
man.
if he's a knockout artist, I'm definitely supporting him, bro.
Oh yeah, man. He's the whole package, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna be fighting for a world title by the age of 20 or 21.
That's
Give him
really
3 years. So I'm telling you, man, he's the real deal, man. I spotted him when he was like 10 or 11 years old. I seen he
wow.
had talent. And we always kept connect. His father's cool, and they always show me mad love. So it's only right for me to show them love and give him my platform and your platform to talk about him because he will be the future of boxing. And one of these days, we're gonna have him in this podcast, and we're gonna be talking
But
with him. So we
yeah, we
everybody
can
better
pick his
start
brain.
supporting now because we don't want he don't want that fake love, fake support, man. Y'all better start supporting now and get with the movement. La Amenaza, is coming.
Facts. All right. So we're gonna end the show right now. If you want to do any shout outs, feel free. But we're gonna be signing off. What you got any shout outs you want to do, Lelos?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Ralph, man, for having me on his platform, man. You know, there's more to come. We're gonna be talking more, so make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Also,
Thank
subscribe to my channel, Lalo's Boxing, and you know we're gonna be coming in with some more of these podcasts, and we're gonna keep it going. This is, you know, it's been long overdue, but now we finally got it, and we're gonna keep it rolling. So y'all better stay tuned.
Well, thank you. We're gonna sign off right here, guys. Keep boxing alive. And if you got any questions, any comments, you already know what to do. Subscribe. We're signing out. Peace out, guys.
Yeah.
Later.